All right, people, Catfish Dave here. You've heard me say bait's been tough in East Tennessee, so I done the extreme. I drove all the way down to Cape Coral, Florida, and or Cape Coral, whatever they call it. I went across the Atlantic Ocean, and I'm here at some place called Greensburg, Ireland. I am in the Shamrock River. I was depressed at the house, couldn't catch no bait. And I was watching this MMA stuff, and they had these little MMA clips, and it showed some red-haired, bearded MMA fighter catching skipjack. And he was saying right where he was fishing. So I said, okay, I Googled it up. I only got a 6-gallon gas tank, and so I was on fumes by the time I got over here. Lots of beer houses, lots of coffee houses. It's a pretty nice place. But we're gonna see if I can catch any gosh dang skipjack. And if I catch skipjack, we're gonna go somewhere and try to catch catfish. Now, it's late in the day before I got out here. It takes a while to cross the Atlantic Ocean. And, well, there was a bite right there. That's a good sign. But yeah, it took a while to go across the Atlantic. There were times there, got in a few storms and stuff. I was telling myself, man, if you ever do this again, you better get a bigger boat. But either way, we're here today in Greensburg, Ireland, in the Shamrock River. We'll see how tough they are over here in Greensburg, Ireland. Well, we hooked up right there. It feels like a skipjack. It's flipping like a skipjack. I'm just gonna skip his butt across the top of the water because I hooked him way out there. Yeah, it's a skipjack. We'll take it. Yes, sir. Small compared to the Tennessee ones, but we'll take it. Beggars can't be choosy. Imagine taking a boat all the way to Greensburg, Ireland and not catching any. Getting skunked. That would be terrible. Yeah, you never give up your fishing spots, man. You never show on video where you're catching fish. Never say where you're at. That old MMA fighter messed up because now I'm over here on his skipjack. Yeah, there's one right there. And you think he'd come off. He did. He said, I'm not going back to Tennessee with you, Bubba. And he got off. Yeah, you never give up your fishing spots. If I lived here, this is my river, I'd never show that white barn up there. This dang Daiwa ballistic reel, man, I ain't had it a year. Well, maybe it's just loose in the reel seat. There we go. It was loose in the reel seat. I kept feeling this knocking back and forth. And I was about to be cussing that Daiwa reel because it was over $200. Gosh dang it. When you travel this far to fish, your equipment's got to be top notch because you can't have no failures out here. Yeah, these are some smart skipjack here. So far they're not very big, but they seem to be pretty smart. Yeah. Another one. Yeah, they're all running about the same size. And he came in the boat. He got off the hook, but he got off the hook in the boat, so. You got off too late there, Bubba. Yeah, old Ireland skipjack. Thank you. I'd like to see some bigger ones because those are like 2 baits. You come this far, you expect to get some bait. Yeah, these Foley spoons, there's 3 different sizes, and changing sizes can make a difference. I'm using the smallest one they make. They might hit a medium better. They might hit a large better. Depends on what they're eating up in here. Had a shot at another. Whoa. About took my ear off there. It's always nice to keep your ears. That's how I found out about this spot, listening to what he said. Yeah. Yeah, he feels a little better. Just a little better. He looks a little better if he stays on. If he stays. Yeah. We got him. That's a better one there. Come on. These bigger ones will straighten your spoons out. They don't make these spoons like they used to. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. That fish jumped 90 feet out of the water and come off. I ain't never seen one jump that high. He was up in the sky. Huh. Acrobatic old sucker there. Yeah, I got my boat here, but I'm hooking them almost over there in Germany. And I don't want to move my boat over there because they might see it. Pretty clean looking water up here. We'll try out the back side of the boat. See if there's any over towards Spain. Nothing in Spain. We'll try over here towards Egypt. They got the dang flies over here. Just like back home. Yeah. He hit between Egypt and Ireland. And he came off, but he came off in the boat, so big slab. Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm catching him, but there ain't no backgrounds going on in the video, so that's a good thing. I wouldn't want to be too hard on that old red-headed guy. MMA fighter. I know he needs some of his skipjack too, just like we need him back home. Yeah. We'll take it. Yeah, buddy. Woo! I keep catching them like this, and I'm gonna eat me a piece of cheese and celebrate. Can't hardly catch them like this back in East Tennessee. Not this easy anyway. Not in 2025. Yeah, there we go. Yes, sir. Another fish. No recognizable background in the video. Yes, sir. You never give up your fishing spot. If you do that, every Tom, Dick, and Harry be in your waters. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Making my trip worthwhile. Come on up here. These have definitely spawned out. I'm not getting any with any eggs in them. You got it way back there. Getting nothing with eggs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Better one? Yeah. Sure is. We like them better ones. I don't have hardly any in the freezer because you haven't been able to catch them all spring in East Tennessee. I'm gonna stop about there in that cooler, and I'm gonna probably put them in this cooler. Yeah, that is a fish. Moved up a little more here. Seems to be a little more active. Maybe we should just spot lock here. He's small, but yeah, he's a skippy. He's small, but he's a skippy. Yeah. A little nasty up the other cooler there. Yeah, buddy. Come on in here. Catfish bait. You were born to be catfish bait. Yes, you were. Catfish bait. Gotta have some of that good catfish bait. Yeah, I even seen, there's another local YouTuber in a kayak. He was posting, he was having trouble finding skipjacks. And so that was another clue that I needed to travel. Go somewhere nobody'd ever heard of to catch skipjacks. So that's what I done. And as you can see, I'm the only guy fishing out here. And that's probably why they're in here. There's nobody out here but me. Oh, you sucker. He's after it, he's after it. Is he gonna get it? He got it. He got it. He got it. I'll tell you what, there was more than one going after it there. I may try to throw a fly right here. Let's spot lock right here, and I'll try to throw a fly and see if it changes anything. There we go. Another one on the fly. Yeah, that fly bit back, didn't it? You ain't used to that. They don't like getting caught. I ain't seen a fish yet that like getting caught. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we may have got more than one right here. This is what I was looking for. We got more than one on as of right now. We'll see if it stays that way. We'll see if it stays that way. Nope, one got off right at the boat. The biggest one got off at the boat. Mm-hmm, they're escape artists. Maybe I got this yellow bug fly all chewed up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Another single, we'll take it. We will take it. Come on now. Y'all, my old fly here is about completely straight. I believe that's how that other big one got off. So, see if I can bend it back. See if I can do it with my fingers. Oh, I just broke the hook with my fingers. Broke it right off, man. You gotta be kidding me. You probably can't see it, but I broke it point right off that, trying to bend it. Now we got a dummy fly on there. Dag, blast it. I got hit, but he hit that middle one with no hook. Come right off there. It takes about 6 years to tie up one of those 3 fly rigs like that. I don't like doing it. I usually do it at the house and then hope something like that don't happen. Yeah, he got it off there. Oh, cheap things. Well, y'all, once I broke that hook off, I can't get another fish on these things. Huh. I guess they'd rather have it with a hook on it. Well, we'll go back to the spoon. I did have a shot at more than one at a time. It's good to throw them a different look every now and then. Yeah. Yeah, we can't catch them on the flies. We'll catch them back on the spoon again. One at a time, one at a time. That's better than none at a time. Yeah, Ireland is loaded with skipjack. Yeah, loaded with them. It was worth the 6 gallons in boat fuel to come over here. Yeah. Next time I have trouble catching skipjack in East Tennessee, I'm coming back over here to Greensburg, Ireland. Yes, sir. Thank you. The bigger ones I'm gonna put in the freezer. The smaller ones I'll use right on the spot today or tomorrow once I get back to the good old US of A. Y'all have heard of Irish cream, coffee creamer, that comes from right here in Ireland. Back in 2500 BC, there was some ancient king who was a diabetic, and his wife, the queen, was flirting with some knight, and she knew the only way she could get with this knight is if she took her husband out. And so they got together with the local witch doctors and gurus and stuff, and they figured out if they could make something that tastes good and put a lot of sugar in there, and this guy's diabetic, they can take him out. So that's what they done. She started serving him to him in his coffee. He loved it, and yeah, that's all she wrote. He died shortly after. That's where Irish cream coffee creamer comes from. Years ago, they've come out with sugar-free versions for diabetics. And they even got a Bailey's Irish cream for alcoholics. So whether you're a diabetic, an alcoholic, there went my spoon, or somebody that can take sugar-free, that Irish cream is for you. Dag blast it. There went my spoon, man. Let me spot lock. Fly hooks broke off. My spoon's gone. All right, y'all. I got me another spoon tied on. This time I put a medium size on there. That could be better. It could be worse. I ate me another piece of cheese. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, I'm getting less bites on the medium spoon, but I'm getting bigger skipjack. So I guess that's a fair trade. I like the bigger ones better than the smaller ones. So we'll take that trade. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Gotta have some for the freezer. You never know how hard they're gonna be when the post-spawn bite starts, and that's usually a good bite, so you always got to have bait. I got me some white bass. I don't just own tweezers, I also own a freezer. And a freezer ain't just for chicken pot pies and frozen pizzas. It's for that right there. Get on down in there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this bigger spoon is catching the bigger skipjack, and I'm all about that. All about it. More bait on one fish. Yeah, bud. More bait on one fish. Yeah, buddy. Little more blast from the cast, throwing the medium on there. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that is a small one. We got one small one on the bigger spoon. Yeah, that is a storm over there. I can see it. I better be checking the radar. I've still got to cross the Atlantic Ocean in this little boat. Yeah. I'm gonna look at my radar, see what it says. That's a storm over there. One single cell storm. Come on, buddy. Thunderstorms possible. Storms may produce large hail and strong wind. Severe thunderstorm watch. Oh, Lordy. Yep, we don't have long. That ain't what they said this morning. Well, all right, y'all. Due to inclement weather that I wasn't expecting, I'm headed back. And we'll continue with this video at another spot. All right, people, Catfish Dave here. I had to leave Ireland due to storms, made it back across the Atlantic Ocean, and we are here at the Tsar Bear Dam on the Communistic River here in Russia. I checked with the CVA, that's the Communist Valley Authority, to find out when they was generating, and they're just now turning on as much as they're going to turn on today. It's about 1 o'clock, so anytime they make new adjustments to the water levels or currents, it takes a minute for everything to adjust. But we're going to fish here today. I didn't have enough fuel to make it all the way to Russia. I've only got a 6-gallon tank. So I stopped in Hawaii, stopped in a marina there, got some fuel. They were cooking some pig in the ground, had a pineapple stuffed in its mouth, one stuffed in its butt, and a bunch stuffed in its gut. And they cooked that thing for like 6 days. So that's what I have for breakfast. And then we trucked on over here. I am sitting, looks like there's a little bit of a cutout valley right here. The main channel's over there. And I'm not getting over there because these Russians like to snag for paddlefish. So yeah, we're staying over here. Probably gonna throw out some catfish bait. I'm probably gonna throw a snagging or a dragging. Here I got to thinking like the Russians talking about snagging. Now I'm gonna throw a dragging rig out. These dams are real rocky and nasty, so maybe this will keep me from getting hung up here. We'll throw a cut bait on this thing and sling it out there. Using our skipjack we caught over there in Ireland on the Shamrock River. It's a little chilly here in Tsar Bear, Russia. Yeah. Just a little bit chilly. We'll sling that dude out right there. There is some hang-ups there. I'm gonna throw another one out. Put that right there. I'm gonna steer my rudder a little bit here. Try to get my boat more in line here with the current. Oh shoot, oh shoot, I got a drag puller. I got a drag puller. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a decent one. Yeah, I'm trying to pull them through this current right here. Don't get in that other line right there, brother. Don't get in that other line. Yeah, boy. All right, man. Let's see what we got here. This don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad at all. I might should is he hung up? I think this fish, is he hung? Is he hung or is he just swimming? Okay, there he goes. I need to reel in this dragon rod, y'all, and turn this thing loose. I think he's trying to hang in something right there. Oh, he's got into my bumping rod. He sure did. I'm gonna end up losing this fish. Okay, he just came loose there. There we go. He's got this dang bumping rod right here. He sure does. He's a good one. Yeah, buddy. That other line, Candy, hook him. Yeah, they pull in this heavy current here. Yeah, there we go. He got my bumping rod. I see the line on the bumping rod. I see it. All right. There we go. He's got a little bit of a mess going on, but first blue cat at the Fort Loudoun Dam on the communistic river. Ow, he bit me good. Yeah. Yeah. Some guy taking a picture of my fish there. Woo! All right, y'all, let's get this mess unraveled here. All right, y'all, I'll throw one a little closer to the boat. These dragon rigs are good for this because this is a real nasty bottom. Right about there. Yeah, some old Russian guy in the boat wanting to take a picture of that catfish. They don't fish for catfish over here. They snag for paddlefish. Maybe go after some sturgeon. Probably the first blue cat that guy'd ever seen. I'll be glad when they turn that lock off. All right, y'all, first fish. We'll celebrate and eat us a piece of cheese here. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Yep, right there. See if I can keep him out of the other line again. Fish number 2 at the Tsar Bear Dam on the Communistic River. He tried to swim in that other line. Come on up here, old blue cap. Yeah. How good are you hooked? Good enough to pull up, I think. Now don't start all that rolling and roll my hook off. It will roll the hook off. Old dart fish. Yeah, just tear everything up in here. Tear everything up, man. Got slime in my eye. These old Russian fish is ornery. Now I don't remember if this was a headpiece or a chunk I threw out. Another Russian catfish. Wipe the mess off my hands. Yeah, there he goes. We seem to be a little farther out in that channel. I'm in the 11 foot here, but there's a gully right here. Kind of leads into the channel. And the farthest rod is getting most of the action, seems like. Of course, now that big fish did come on that other one, or the bigger fish, I shall say. Either way, these Russians got some pretty good catfishing. I ain't been here no time. I guess it's because nobody fishes for them. They all after them paddlefish, sturgeons. Yeah. Yep, there's a bite, there's a bite. There he goes. There he's on. He's on. He's on. I need to check the bait on that orange one because, and he's going right into it actually. He's coming up the other side of the river. Yeah. Uh-oh, might be a better fish here. Gave me a pretty good head shake there. Stay out of my other line. Stay out of it. Now he's going around the other side of the boat. Trying to keep the tension on him. There we go. Decent fish. These Russians got some good fish, man. Nice one. Yeah, he's going up the other side of the boat. Not a bad fish. There he is. It's decent. Biggest one of the day. Yeah, buddy. Come Come on up here. He spun that line up. He spun that line up. He spun it up again. Come on, man. It's hard to get these fish up here. Yeah, that's a good one. We got it. Long fish. Yeah, these Russians got some good fish here, y'all. Good fish right here. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, check out that Russian catfish right there. Yeah, check him out. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if there's bait on the hook, you'll hook them. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, oh, Russia's got some pretty good catfish in here. Smaller one. The only benefit to these smaller ones is they're easier to get in. There is quite a bit of current here, which makes it more difficult. There we go. Yeah, they can pull in that current. Come on up here. Old Russian catfish. Old Russian catfish. Catching Russian catfish on Irish skipjack. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Old Russian catfish on Irish skipjack. Pretty good fishing over here. Another small one, but a lot of people like them for the old frying pan. He gave us our bait back, so we'll take it. Got a fish and got our bait back to catch another fish. There we go. Oh, shoot. He's on. He's on. He's on if he stays on. Doubled up here, I believe. Come on. Yeah, he's on. He is on. Another Russian catfish. We'll get this Russian catfish. He's definitely on there. Go ahead and tighten down on him. Set that there for now. Yeah. Come on in here. Y'all, this is better fish than what we got back in East Tennessee. Yeah. We did not get our bait back, but we got a fish. Yes, sir. We're fishing, so we'll take it. We will take it. Yeah. I don't really talk to these catfish like I do the ones back home because I don't speak Russian. There she goes. There she goes. There she goes. I can't fish for no bait, man. Sure can't. Not here in Tsar, Russia. They won't let you. This place ain't packed with catfishermen like East Tennessee. You can catch something here. Yeah. Come on up. That one did get my bait. Either way, plenty of fish to be caught. We're just sitting still, man. I could do probably extremely well bumping. And we probably will do some bumping here in a little bit. Just to give it a shot, we'll cover more ground. But these fish must be moving pretty good through here. Yeah. It's a good time to eat me an orange. Keep me from getting the scurvy. I've been on a long boat ride getting over here. Long boat ride. That 6-gallon tank was running on fumes by the time I got here. There we go. We'll get a couple of them out. Don't want no scurvy. Woo! Didn't even get my orange ate. Yeah. This fish is trying to give me the scurvy, not letting me eat my orange. I'll bet you could wear some fish out bumping in this thing. Of course, we're wearing them out just sitting still eating oranges. They got some good fishing over here in Tsar, Russia, in the communistic river. Communistic. Come on, buddy. All right, another Russian catfish on Irish skipjack. I'll tell you what, y'all, I think just to change things up, I'm gonna bump. Might be a better chance of getting hung up, but I'll cover a lot more of this thing. We'll try the 1 ounce, and what may happen is we may have to use the 2 ounce up in this area, and when we get down closer to the bridge, we may have to switch over to the 1 ounce. Because it's not a ton of current, but it is enough to do some bumping. We'll try the 1. I've only got like 3 of these 1 ounce sinkers in the boat. So we cannot bust them off too quick. Yeah, I knew I was taking a long ride across a couple different oceans for this video, so I got me an extra cooler just for some snacks. You never know what could happen. You could break down in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and you would want at least a few extra bottles of water to get you through that situation. Either way, I am going to bait up. We're going to try the 1. And I'm not seeing as many snaggers through this area. They're more up this way, so this is something you do in the current. These fish use this to ambush. They lay in behind rocks, up along them ledges, and they just hoping something's going to pass by them. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. There's 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We got 1 on bumping. Yeah, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Feels like he's hung up. Is he hung up? No, he's just laying in the current. He don't know he's hooked yet. He don't know he's hooked yet. Then I know I ain't hung up because he's moving. Probably just a small fish that's wallowing in the current is my guess. He sure ain't fighting much. There he is. Just a real laid back Russian catfish. Real laid back one. Now he knows he's hooked. Yeah. We'll make it quicker to get him in. Use the net. There you go. Yeah. got hit. I got hit, I got hit. I got hit. Yes, sir. Come on in here, Russian catfish. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. There went another piece of Irish skipjack. Yeah, boy. Another little bitty one. Little bitty one. Yeah, boy. All right. He ate it. Yeah, buddy. No bait in Russia, but they got catfish. They got them. Yeah. All right, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah. That's a riled up one. That's a riled up one. I'm gonna spot lock right here. We'll spot lock right here. Yeah, the fish seem to have moved down a little bit from what they were. Getting a lot of bites coming through this section here. He's wrapped around there. He's wrapped around there. I don't know how he's done that. I don't know how he's done that. I don't know. He's done wrapped himself up. I'm gonna net him. We'll net him. Oh shit. Come on, crazy fish. Gosh. It's hard to get him in this current. Hard to get him in this current. We got him. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. We're just easing our way back towards the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, Another catfish below Tsar Bear Dam on the Communistic River. Yep. Yeah, buddy, we'll catch them all the way back to the Pacific Ocean. All the way back. Let me try to sling that bait off there. Ah, I think I got my weight back. There it is. That fish looks spawned out, man. That's a fish, looks like it's come off the nest right there. It's all scarred up, skinny. Yeah. All scarred up and skinny. Open it. Yeah, he's got sores on top of his head, on the side of his face, on top of his fin. That's a spawned out fish right there. All right, there we go, there we go. That one feels decent. Oh, did he come off? Or did he stay? Maybe he's running to the boat. I think he's running to the boat. Yeah, he's just running to the boat. Ornery old fish. Guess he ain't that big. Boy, he pulled some drag out the gate, but he just didn't like the thought of being hooked, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna make it the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back to the ocean. Oh. Yes, sir. Well, all right, people. If you ever come here to Tsar Bear Dam, here on the Communistic River, make sure you got at least 6 gallons of fuel before you cross the Pacific Ocean. Stop in Honolulu. You can get you some fuel. You can stop and eat at the Pineapple Pig. Either way, we learned some things in this video. If you want Irish cream and skipjack, you go to Ireland. If you want vodka, potatoes, and catfish, you come over here to Russia. Last but not least, never give away your fishing spot. This is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Day with another one. Signing out.